Hey YouTube, how's it going? Kiriam Sparta here with
Sarah.
you know her, you know us.
I know you.
You know why you're here.
Oh.
If you don't, comic books come out every Wednesday and we review them.
Yes.
Certain ones.
Yes.
So that's what's going on. Comic book reviews.
Good times, I'd buy all.
Holy shit. We got a lot to go through today.
Yeah.
We have 6.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 before Watchmen's and 4 Death of the Family, so...
My brain hurts.
Yeah. Well, it always hurts
it's
for
a
you.
small hurt. It's a funny joke.
No, it wasn't. Anyway. So, without further adu, we're going to get right to it. Dr. Manhattan, number 3 out of 4. That's where we're going to start today. Mr. Straczynski, if you're watching again, be gentle. No. So, quick review. It's all right.
It's better than the first one. It's kind of in the middle of the first one, the second one for me.
Yeah, the second one really blew me away. This one was, well, I don't know. That might also made it, like, I had really high expectations.
That could be it. I did really enjoy it. There's a couple stories, like just tinier stories in here that I so emotional I really latched onto, but for the most part it was pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's still really good. So that's the quick review. Now we're gonna get in depth. Ooh, reading every page. So we cut back to Dr. Manhattan on Mars because
that's where he hangs
out. He's Dr. Manhattan. He can go where the fuck he wants. I like that he flashes to October 1985, of course, when Watchmen went down, and it's showing how he's just like an old man with Janie. I thought that was kind of neat.
A human old man.
A human old man. That's what Dr. Manhattan looks like when he's old.
It's kind of doing the split panel thing like with the second one.
Yeah, where one's one universe, one's the other, and how they're kind of...
So he's talking about the alternate universes, realities that are happening at that moment. Yeah,
and it's starting to become a bit too much for him. And then he kind of goes, I am Legion, with this really awesome page. The artwork, once again, still very good.
It's Adam Hughes. How can it not be good?
That is a good point. That's a good point.
That's a good point.
And then he starts talking about how he's basically, since he's been... You know, oh, what's in the box? What's in the box? He's been creating a bunch of different realities because he's been imagining, like, oh, you know, what if I'd been paired up with Rorschach instead of Silk Spectre that night, or
making a bunch of different decisions.
Yeah, what if I hadn't, you know, become Dr. Manhattan? What if I'm just a normal guy in another world? And then it's basically really just him kind of going through that, and then going through a bunch of different possibilities once again of what could happen.
He realizes that he kind of broke time
by
for
doing
himself
that.
By doing that, so he's trying to fix it by going back and only making one decision and sticking with it, more
pretty
or less.
Much, yeah.
The thing that was supposed to happen.
Yeah, well,
in the first place.
What made him in that reality.
Yeah.
He's like, that needs to be what happens. And then we actually do get a flashback of him as a child trying to get out of Germany. The Second World War had just begun. I was 10, and you kind of find out it's very, you know,
it's super emotional.
It's super emotional, but like every time I read anything with like Nazis and stuff, I just Schindler's List. I'm like, Schindler's List. This reminds me of Schindler's List.
I guess they both have Nazis.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's all it takes. Like Nazis. Oh, Liam Neeson. Oh no, he's gonna mess them up. But you know, it's your pretty it's emotional, but it's your pretty typical.
It's super emotional. His dad married a Jew, so they're trying to get out of whatever occupied place in the world that says it could be Germany. I would assume it's Germany.
I assume too. They don't
because of his last name. But they're trying to get out, and his mom says, "I can stay here. There's no point in risking everyone's life.
Yeah.
If I can just stay here, you guys can go." But they decide as a family, or I guess his dad decides that they're going to go as a family. And
they hide John, Dr. Manhattan, in a carriage.
In a box.
In a box.
Of a horse-ridden carriage.
Horse-drawn carriage. And they're like, we only needed to make, was it 5 miles?
5 miles.
5 kilometers, yeah.
To get to the border.
We'd be able to get to the border. They got stopped at 4. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
Nazis, you know what they do. Show us the papers. Wife books it.
Well, she sees one of the Nazi guards going for the back of the carriage where John is.
Yeah.
So she takes off running to try and get the focus off of that and onto her.
And it works.
And it does work.
Because she gets chased off by a couple of them. His dad grabs good old like Red 9 Luger and starts taking out a couple Nazis. And he runs ahead to go check on her, and she's already been gunned down.
Yeah.
So he kills the Nazi, and she of course has enough strength to say a couple things to him before she dies.
And she says you cannot control the world, which that line is repeated multiple times throughout the rest of this comic.
It's almost kind of like where his obsession with watches comes from. It's because he wants to be able to control time, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he goes back, making sure Dr. Manhattan John is still alive, and he is. And then we get a nice shot of his dad kind of growing up and learning how to work watches. He wants to become the best. Is what the one character says. It's like he's trying to become the best in the world. And while they're sitting there talking, we get once again the two possibilities. There's John in the box just fine, and then John gunned down in the box.
And he's holding, I think it's supposed to be that clock thing.
Yeah.
That weird.
Yeah, it looks like he's holding that. Yeah, that.
From the first issue.
From the first issue and the second issue, it's what he made his Mars base look like, the glass thing. Yeah, looks like he's holding that. So it flashes back once again to him on Mars, and just him really like looking at everything, and he realizes now he's like, I can't have this.
Yeah.
No, I have to make sure that there is only the one reality.
Yeah.
The one that made me the way it is. And then we get this awesome shot. I love this. I like it when you actually have to like turn a comic to read it. That's kind of neat. Don't do it on every page. That's overdoing it.
Well, there's one Batman issue for Court of the Owls that did that, where the more story-oriented Batman got, the more the comic twisted and turned.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like this makes it super engaging for the reader.
Mm-hmm.
Just to have to actually do that, and I love stuff like that.
It does.
So it was really cool.
And then it's pretty nice. It like goes through everything that could have happened, and he's like, no, I make sure that doesn't happen. Like for instance, him actually getting the job with Wally. It was his friend.
I think so. I think
his friend who got cancer in there. It's like one is I don't get the call, I don't get the job, so I don't get to be with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no, I have to get the call, I get the job.
Yeah.
Then it cuts again to. Then this one was kind of thrown in there with him and his dad at the ball game. Before they found out about Hiroshima, they went out to a ball game and they had a good time. And then when they come back,
that's when you find out.
You find out about Hiroshima, and he wasn't that happy about it. And then there was another one where they didn't even go out.
The actual reality should have been they stayed home that day, and that's what made his dad decide to push John into that kind of nuclear physicist kind of stuff. All that stuff.
So that's how he has to do it. Him and Janie, once again, with the beer, first beer he's ever given. Either they go out to or he offers to buy her a beer at a local tavern later, but no, he decides to take her out to the carnival games, where they have their big romantic date. Yeah, he's basically making sure that everything is happening the way it has to.
Yeah. Because
all these other realities, they become just as important in a way, I guess is the way he's putting it. They're just as important as his now, and he can't have that. It's making, because then everybody else's choices are going to make different things, and it's
too much.
He's trying to it is. So he's trying to lock it down, and then it ends with him once again getting sealed up in the chamber, and then we get once again a lot of what's in the box, what's in the box, what's in the box, and I like this too, the live cat, dead cat, live John, dead John at the end there.
Yep.
And then pretty much it ends with him becoming Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
So that was
when Dr. Manhattan showed up in the thing that John went into to get the watch.
Yeah, the big machine that turns him into. Yeah.
He says that both John and Dr. Manhattan became aware of each other, and Dr. Manhattan says, "Don't be afraid," just as it shows the big, huge panel of John getting fried, essentially.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I did want to get back to one quote. I kind of missed it when when he decides to go on the date with Janie instead of just taking her to a bar. I love this line where it's like, so I wipe out every other choice, ensuring that in this timeline, I suggest we kill time at a local amusement park. Because killing time is exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I like that. But yeah, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I do. It's good. It's good. I'm wondering where number 4 is going to go, because they've been kind of doing the whole double thing here. So now that it's kind of ended, I don't know what 4 is going to kind of end on.
Guess I have to read and find out.
Yeah, it's one of those comics that I definitely recommend picking it up, because obviously from here, this is a bit shorter than our normal reviews. It's very easy to say what happens in this one, but it's hard to go into super detail.
Yeah,
like
we're
it's
just
better
glossing over as quickly as we.
Yeah,
really.
It's a hard one to actually get into detail over. You're better off just reading it
And reading it a couple times.
Yeah. This is definitely a multiple read one. I would definitely recommend it for that. Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
It's good. It's good. So yeah, that's it for that one. Oh yeah, that is almost one more issue.
Oh.
They're gonna all start ending
They're all
soon.
ending now. It makes me sad.
Yeah. Oh, Moloch ends next week, and Night Owls after that. Oh, did you even read Moloch? You weren't even in my review for that.
Well, I read it.
Good for you.
Good for me.
Good for you. So yeah, we got Rorschach coming up next. I'll put a link to that somewhere, maybe. Who knows? Could be fun. Yeah. Kyrion Sparta.
Sarah.
Pretty good comic. Check it out.
$3,
$4, whatever. Who cares? Pick it up.
It's free. Oh, $3.99 US.
$3.99 US, which is
$10 Canadian.
Yeah, because you know.
Currency
much
exchange.
different with the currency. Yeah. Anyway, see you guys at the next one of our many reviews for